Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Good morning. Today I'm going to take the topic of behaviors which sustain good health. Again, this comes under chapter 6, mental health and hygiene. So when we talk about the behaviors, different kind of behaviors that you do in your life, day-to-day routine, which can actually help you to sustain good health. So when we look at Ayurveda, which is actually regarded as the science of Indian medicine, it focuses on the right food. It's important that you have right food, which is referred to as ahar. It's important that you engage in the right kind of activities, right recreation, which is referred to as vihar. Then the right routine, the daily routine should be a correct routine, not a half-assed routine, not a disorganized routine, but a correct, appropriate routine, which is referred to as achar, and right thinking, that is vichar. So let's look at them one by one. Food, that is ahar, is most important. That's your basic need, physiological need, right? One cannot, survive without it. So it is said, and there are a lot of documented evidence, a lot of studies which have been done in this area, which suggest that compared to non-vegetarian food, vegetarian food is relatively, safer for you. It's actually more energetic, and that is what should be consumed. However, there are different schools of thought. There is one school of thought which focuses on, um, the non-vegetarian food and the benefits of consuming it. But over here, when we talk about Ayurveda and the ahar, as per Ayurveda, it's basically more about vegetarian food, right? Consumption of fresh fruits and vegetables, having beans, having honey in your food, consuming curd and milk dairy products, so that, it provides you your required amount of vitamins, minerals, iron, antioxidants, as well as fibers. Right, vitamins and minerals are very important, and iron is also equally important. Otherwise, you may have anemia. Antioxidants are very important. You get them, from certain sources of food, plant-based and otherwise. Also, it's important that you consume them on a daily basis, and also fibers. Taking, fiber-rich food actually prevents constipation also. Oily food should be avoided. Spicy food, too spicy food should be avoided. Junk food, as much as possible, should be avoided. Processed food, for instance, food that you have like processed biscuits, then, food which has preservatives in it, all this comes under processed food. They should be as much as possible avoided, because they are a potential source of, making you put on weight, obesity, hypertension, can also lead to heart disease, diabetes, ulcers, and even cancer. So the risk associated with the consumption of this category food is pretty high. Not only having the right food, but also having a balanced proportion is equally important, which means not overdoing it, and plus maintaining a balance. For instance, the right amount of carbohydrates in your food, right amount of proteins in your food, fiber in your food, all that should be maintained. Also, fixed meal time should be there. Now, what happens is, if you're a person who takes your breakfast at around 8 to 9 a.m. in the morning, next day you do not take your breakfast till, let's say, 12 p.m. So your body gives, signals to your brain that food has not come, and then that creates a panic in your mind, and your body starts, accumulating, putting on a weight, reserving food, right? That creates stress in your body, which can potentially lead to even weight gain. So it's important that no meals should be skipped, and at the same time, fixed meal times must be followed. Chewing food properly. Now, that is something most of us, we do not pay attention to. However, it's something which must be followed. Food must be chewed properly, eating in a controlled manner, which means neither eating a lot, neither binge eating, nor eating too less. What happens is, these days, girls eat very less. Uh, we call it as crash diets, in order to lose weight. So that is also, it's very wrong. It's going to have its subsequent side effects. So eating is important, eating correct is important, eating at the right time is important, eating in a balanced proportion is important, and eating in a controlled manner. All these things are equally important. The next thing which is important is routine, which is referred to as achar as per Ayurveda. So the first thing is ritucharya, which implies that food as well as the activities that you engage into must be done as per the seasons, right? So, for instance, when it is summer, you should be consuming more of light food, which doesn't really have that much of oil in it, but it should be high when it comes to fluids. So, consume curd, consume fruit juice, have rice, curry, and beans. That's, considered very healthy as per the summer season. During the winter season and during the autumn season, you can have sweet and salty food, can be taken in larger quantity. You can also have, milk products in larger quantity, vegetable soups. These can be taken during the winter and autumn. Rice and in fact oily food can also be consumed during this particular season, right? During spring season, light food again with less content of oil should be taken, and it's good if you have gram and rice during this particular season. In rainy season, what is recommended is food with astringent, acidic, salty properties, and even having a sweet taste. These can be had. Now, day routine, which is referred to as dincharya, and night routine, which is referred to as ratri charya. Let's look at them. What is important? It's important that you keep in mind that what needs to be done during the day and do it accordingly. It's also important that you understand that it is night time, and a particular set of activities should be avoided during the night time. For instance, when you wake up in the morning, early morning before sunrise, it's important that you wake up. So early rising is, as per the Indian medicine, as per Ayurveda, it is highly recommended that wake up early. Drink water. This is the first thing that you should be doing. The first behavior that you should be carrying out when you wake up, that's drinking water. Now this is something which has a lot of good effects. It prevents constipation, that's one thing. After that, after freshening up, going to the washroom, it's important that you clean your teeth and you maintain the basic hygiene, and then you carry out your daily routine activities. So it's important that these things should be done first thing in the morning. That is the importance of dincharya and the routine that should be followed right in the morning. Third is recreation, which is referred to as vihar. Now it's important that in your recreation activities, there should be some kind of physical exercise, either exercise, workout, or do morning walk. This is very important. Working out, exercise, morning walk. Why? Because it increases your immunity. It increases your body strength. It also helps in releasing the toxins of your body, because they get excreted via the sweat, right? Via the perspiration that subsequently happens because of exercise and walking, cardio as well as strength training if you do. Heart disease is prevented, diabetes gets controlled if you are, regularly on a regular basis exercising and paying attention to your body. It also helps in dealing the aging process, right? It purifies your blood. How does it do that? Because there is increased intake of oxygen and there is an expulsion of carbon dioxide, that helps to remove dead cells from your body. That's how it purifies your blood as well. Along with working out and exercise, recreational activities such as music, that is also something which helps you maintain a good health. There are a lot of studies which have established the fact that music can actually be treated as a therapy to improve your mental health and your mental condition. So music is very beneficial for the health. Next is thinking, that is vichar. Now, what kind of thoughts you have, that is also going to have a lot of impact on the kind of person you are and how mentally sound and mentally healthy you are. So a person who is actually mentally fit and healthy is usually a person who is satisfied from himself. He's satisfied from, his present state. He's satisfied from how much he is earning, how much he has achieved in his life. So he's not, showing a lot of frustrations in his life, a lot of disappointments in his life. He has an ability, this is something which is very important, ability to accept criticism. So, all of us at some point of our time, we do something which is wrong. But then it's important that we also, if other people are correcting us, criticizing us for what we've done, we treat it in a very healthy manner. It's called as constructive criticism. So we treat it in a very positive manner and we work on it. So a person who is able to accept criticism, a person who is able to understand the emotional needs of others and also exercise self-control, right? This is a person who has the right approach to life, correct thinking patterns he is showing. This kind of a person usually does not show greed or lust, that is the negative thought patterns which are there. He is not really dominated by any kind of fears in his life, not, showing anger, and he is not too attached to, anything which is there in his surroundings. He is not somebody who, has a lot of feelings of jealousy in him or feelings of guilt in him that I've done something very wrong in my life. Neither does he worry a lot on small things. Positive thinking, one of the major benefits of that is that you get along with people. People like to be with you. You maintain good friendships, quality friendships, and even people respect you for the kind of person you are. So that is it about this topic. Thank you.